This is Britain's busiest airport, with nearly 500,000 planes taking off and landing every year. It's currently Europe's #1 airport. But competition from abroad is hotting up.
Are you sweating as well? Me too.
And with nearly 80 million passengers expected through Heathrow this year,
Sometimes I feel I'm going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, ambulance, please.
it's down to the army of nearly 77,000 staff to keep their airport at the top of the table.
My pleasure.
There'll be some familiar faces and some new ones.
It's your back garden. You're in charge of this, you're the landlord.
On the airfield, in the terminal,
Can you see the knife?
I can see it.
and for the first time,
Passports out of your pockets, please.
we'll go to the front line of Britain's biggest border.
So if you just look at me straight on, put your head up.
Everyone is working harder than ever to keep Heathrow at #1.
You left the ticket.
It's another day at Heathrow with 1,300 planes taking off and landing.
Where's Demi? There's Demi. Look. Look, he thinks he's smouldering.
And the king and queen of Heathrow's passenger customer service, Demi and Sue, are heading out on shift.
Though he thinks he's manly, we have -3 degrees here at Heathrow today, and Demetrius has got a short sleeve shirt.
Keeping passengers moving is their #1 priority. But this morning, one plane heading to Iceland is moving in the wrong direction. Due to a mechanical problem, it's being pushed back to the departure gate.
It hasn't taken off, has it? And what stand are you on?
Demi's day is already off to a bad start.
157 packs.
157 passengers, or packs, were scheduled to leave 4 hours ago, but are stuck on board whilst the engineers work out what the problem is.
There's a hydraulic issue with it, and I don't know what's going to happen with all the passengers, where the flight's going.
The plane's hydraulic system powers the landing gear, wing flaps, and the brakes. Fairly crucial.
They might cancel it. It all depends if they can get a spare part.
Demi's been juggling the wants of the passengers with the needs of the airlines for over 20 years.
So what they're going to do is they're going to take all the passengers off because they've been on the aircraft a bit too long now. They're going to take them off, they're going to feed them, give them some vouchers. So they haven't cancelled it as yet. They're just going to take them off the aircraft.
Wicked, sounds like it's all in hand then.
Yep, all good, mate. I'll keep you updated.
Perfect.
OK.
The passengers have returned to the departure lounge. When a European flight is delayed more than 3 hours, legally, airlines must provide food and drink.
How are you all feeling?
Very frustrated.
It's her 40th for a weekend, so we've got all stuff planned for hers, and
Spending it in
spending it in airport.
But they gave us a £7 voucher, so we got a bottle of water each.
If the flight's cancelled, all 157 passengers will have to make their way back through immigration, pick up their bags, and will become Demi's problem.
You will have a few people that are upset. Obviously, they've missed their flight. But it's technical. The aircraft ain't going anywhere. It's not working. It's not safe to take.
But he remains optimistic.
If it does kick off, then we'll step in. We'll wait and see. It might not be tech. It might not get cancelled. Go ahead.
Mate, so just to let you know, it's going to cancel. Yeah, and that's about it at the moment. It's going to need a new flight number for tomorrow anyway. 150 passengers will be coming your way.
Bloody hell. Cancelled.
While some passengers may be delayed leaving Heathrow, every hour, 8,000 more people are trying to get in.
Guys, can we just move down further, please, and use the gates at the end as well?
Heathrow is the biggest gateway into Britain.
Keep moving down, please.
It's the job of Border Force to scrutinise everyone passing through, including British residents returning from abroad.
Where have you flown in from today? Can I see your boarding pass, please, sir?
Border Force Bob is on the front line, weeding out those who can come in and those who can't.
I'm a nice person, right up to the point when I think you've done something wrong. Thank you very much, sir. Sorry for the delay. And then I'm an officer, first, last, and all the way through the middle as well.
If you're not a UK resident, you'll likely need a visa, and it's Bob's job to make sure it's the right visa for the length of your stay.
You must remember that nearly everybody that you see coming through the control is actually not a problem. For every 1,000 passengers I see, 4, 5, maybe 6 will warrant further questioning.
And this student is one of them. He's just arrived on a visitor visa from Brazil.
Do you know why they've put you here?
I don't know. I visited my brother and holiday as well.
He's an 18-year-old Brazilian student.
Border Force Bob is concerned about who he's visiting in the UK.
The brother was landed as a visitor in March 2012 and since then has no valid leave to remain.
OK, so we've had a passenger turn up today. He's asked to come into the UK as a visitor. Now, when anybody arrives in the UK seeking entry, we not only look at their credibility, but we look at the credibility of the people that they're coming to visit. The problem we have is it looks like his brother is not legally in the UK. OK, Felipe.
Bob now has to work out if Felipe intends to stay in the UK illegally.
We just need to look through your bags, check a few things, then I need to talk to you.
Border Force protocol is to search for any evidence that suggests a more permanent stay.
You'll be surprised what some people will put in their bags. The first time I ever had a case, lady turned up with 12 cases. She was only here for a 5-week visit. Well, I know some people need a lot of stuff, but... And the first thing that I found on the top first bag was a coffee table with legs. A little bit further down in the same bag was a little letter from her friends back at her where she worked saying, have a good time in your new life in England. Yep. OK. Is there anything sharp, like knife?
No.
Alcohol?
No.
Drugs?
No.
Coffee table?
Why is it always someone gives me? Oh, my God. You do BMX?
Yeah.
Professional?
Yeah, professional.
OK. Well, at least we know why it was so big now.
Then Bob stumbles across something which could count in Felipe's favour.
OK, you've been to Britain before?
Yes.
When?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
How long?
3 months.
3 months. Not a lot in his bags, but when we looked through his wallet, he had an Oyster card, a London Oyster card. It gives us a little bit more information. He's been here, he stayed 3 months, he complied. So it actually helps his credibility. Want to come back and sit down?
Bob now needs to talk to Felipe's brother urgently. If he's here illegally, Felipe will be on his bike back to Brazil. On the other side of the immigration hall at check-in.
Sorry, folks, can I ask you to swing round this way behind this lady here?
The fallout from the 6-hour delayed flight that then cancelled is in full swing.
I'm just being honest, I don't need to be upset. I know, I totally get it. And again...
She's flying.
And it's Demi's job to clean up the mess.
Now we're mad. Now we're angry.
It's been a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
I've taken tranquilizers because I don't like flying, so now it's like
I've got 150 passengers. I've got 150 passengers.
A total disaster. We had to come through everything, come back through immigration, 3 different security checks.
A day out touring the new Terminal 2. We're very impressed, but it's a hell of a long way to get anywhere.
To make matters worse, the only spare seats left on the only flight leaving today are in first class, and they're reserved for the cream of the crop.
There's a couple of premium passengers on flight, which will obviously be given priority. There are going to be people with high status, gold cards, you know, people that obviously pay for the... I wouldn't say it's offensive.
Airline travel's not egalitarian. I'm done for today.
The majority of these passengers were hoping for a nice, relaxing weekend away. But with their plane not being fit to fly until the morning, it's raising some anxiety levels.
that's a day wasted, and we wanted to go on a trip tomorrow, and we can't now because we won't be getting there till late afternoon. Just not looking forward to tomorrow now, so I haven't got many tranquilizers left to take.
Legally, when a plane's cancelled with technical problems, whatever the expense, the airline has to offer food and overnight accommodation.
Right. When you get to the hotel, you'll go straight in and you'll be getting your dinner and your breakfast there, OK? So you don't need any vouchers. The coaches are here. We'll take you down and I'll come back and collect the rest of you, OK?
It might not be a romantic dinner for two in an exotic Nordic location.
Take care.
But a dinner, a 4-star hotel, bed and full English on the airline is some people's idea of luxury. For others, just living in the UK is luxury. It's estimated there are around 500,000 illegal immigrants currently living in Britain.
We need to talk to your brother about your visit to come and see him, OK? Then we can get it all sorted out.
Back in Terminal 2 immigration, Border Force Bob believes Felipe's brother, who's been here for 5 years, could be here illegally.
When he arrived here in December 2012, he would have received a stamp in his passport, which gave him leave to enter for a maximum of 6 months. As soon as that 6 months is up, unless he's made an application to stay in the UK under a different reason, then he is here illegally. And if he's here illegally, then anybody coming to visit him would not seem that credible.
Bob conducts an interview with Felipe's brother over the phone.
Hello? Yeah, hello there, sir. I'm ringing from Heathrow Airport, the Border Force at Heathrow. I just need to ask some questions. How long have you been in the UK, sir?
Over 5 years.
OK. What visa do you hold to be in the UK, sir?
Marriage.
OK. When did you obtain that marriage visa?
Well, I'm still waiting.
OK. Did you have a marriage visa that allowed you to get married in Britain?
Yes.
I've looked on our computer systems and I can find no visa for you which gives you permission to get married in the UK. Are you telling me the truth there, sir?
I guess I received later.
So you haven't got you didn't have a visa when you got married?
No.
OK. From what you've told me, it would appear that you have been in the United Kingdom illegally for some years, e.g. without the proper visa.
No, it's like I said, it's a long story, and then the court will decide.
Is that an immigration tribunal?
Yeah, tribunal, yeah.
As soon as we've made a decision with regards to your brother coming into the UK, I will ring you and let you know what's going to happen, OK?
Okay, thank you.
As you're dealing with a case, you build up more information, you swing between, am I going to land him or am I going to refuse him? If I land him, that's mean I'm allowing him into the UK. If I refuse him, I'm sending him back to Brazil. It's a life-changing decision for him. If I do refuse him today, he's not going to be easily allowed to come back into the UK. I could really muck his life up.
Heathrow has 78 million passengers passing through its doors every year. And with them, on average, 240 million pieces of luggage. Moving them from the check-in desk to the plane is an operation that needs to run like clockwork in order for flights to depart on time. But over in Terminal 4, there's a problem.
I know, we're just waiting for the belt.
Over 400 passengers leaving for Bangladesh.
We're just waiting for the belts to move, sir. Yeah?
May not be going anywhere.
The belts have stopped and they've got aviation staff here to collect all the bags.
For check-in girls Selina and Carrie-Anne, the heat is on.
See, I'm starting to sweat. My jacket's have to come off. Hello, sir. Are you sweating as well? Me too.
It's a massive issue. We need to close check-in in 2 hours' time. And how many passengers have been checked in already?
108.
108, and we're not even halfway there.
Passengers to Bangladesh aren't shy about extra luggage. In fact, most bring 4 each. That's 1,600 items. A lot, even when the belts are working.
Take it off. Please take it off the belt. It's not going anywhere. You saw. I've been pressing this. It's not moving. Put this back on the floor and one of the aviation staff will collect them. I've got a massive pile of my previous passengers' bags waiting to be collected.
The baggage belts have been broken for 40 minutes with no signs of movement.
See, I told you an hour ago, what did I say? We meditated for this very reason.
The bags are piling up and there's a backlog developing.
Guys, I need this cleared, please.
What they need is a suitcase superhero.
So, excuse me.
You're excused.
What's going on with the luggage?
Sometimes the systems can't handle the volume of bags. Has a little bit of a hiccup.
Okay.
Then gets backlogged. It's like a silly motorway.
So is this likely to be sorted soon?
It's sorted now.
This is why I drink rum.
What, after
days
Beamer?
like this, yeah. I need a rum.
Crisis over, they've now got just 20 minutes to finish check-in.
Okay, so you're going to have a bit of excess. You're over by 6 kilos. Just 2 luggages?
That doesn't stop single Selena checking out any potential suitors.
Those are your luggage receipts. A good flight. Not my type.
The Viking.
Yeah, I like really strong, tall men. Like a Viking. Like a Viking. Would pick me up.
Hi, you're right.
Hi.
Yeah, he's a type, yeah. I think he looks like he could, you know, lift up maybe.
Where are you flying today?
Select.
Select?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
This one is a little bit heavy.
But for busy mum Carrie Ann,
You might need to reduce that one, okay?
tonight could be her lucky night.
I've got a sort of date night with Kieran. Kids are at their nan's, so it's,
Did he organise it?
yeah. He was like, come on, Millie, I bought you a bottle of rum.
Oh.
Yeah, that means he wants to get me drunk and take advantage. It is.
That's nice.
Rum and a kebab.
That's all you need.
Okay, so you can send 2 luggages up to 40 kilograms.
With check-in complete, Carrie Ann is one step closer to that kebab. In Terminal 2, veteran of the airport Sue is on her beat.
There's a gentleman round the back of Zone A that is emotional. I believe he didn't catch a flight this morning.
How do you deal with emotion?
Normally put a bag over the head. So no.
Straight-talking Sue has been a passenger experience manager for over 20 years. She's an expert in handling tears and tantrums.
Hi, what seems to be the matter? No, stay seated, sir, so I'm not the Queen. What seems to be the problem?
What happened is that I was supposed to catch a flight to Frankfurt in Lufthansa and then go to South Africa.
Okay.
They said they won't accept that.
Right, I don't know.
It's an emergency passport.
From the South African embassy?
Yes. She just said the Frankfurt immigration is to deny you entry, and that's just all she said.
Frankfurt immigration denied you entry?
Yeah. But the problem is that the ticket was non-refundable, and I don't have any other money to get back.
Okay. Do you live in South Africa?
No, I've got 3 kids and I permanently live here.
Right.
My visa ran out 2 years ago and I've been struggling to get my UK residency card. So I was going back to South Africa so I could get the passport sorted out and get the visa sorted out so I can just come back here and just live my life and just... You know, I just don't know what to do. That's...
Okay, so let me see whether I can assist in any way. I'm not saying that I can. Okay, just bear with me for a second. Lots of people don't realise that there are some countries that don't allow you to even transfer with not full documents. I don't know if that's the case with this, but maybe you're not allowed to transfer without a full passport. On a temporary passport, you need to go directly. So in other words, you need to actually fly directly. This appears to be the case.
Without a visa or a direct flight, Sue is this passenger's only hope.
Visa ran out on 2016. I was working and basically was called into the office and they just said, listen, you're suspended without pay because your visa's expired. And in that time, I've lost my house, I've lost the car, and myself and my wife are in the process of divorcing because, you know, I just can't support my family at all. I suppose this is just the, I don't know, straw that broke the camel's back.
Hello, sir. Sorry to trouble you. I've just been made aware of a gentleman this morning.
What this man doesn't realise is that most airlines offer a 24-hour cooling-off period after buying a ticket. But Sue knows that time is of the essence.
Hello, sir. It's a matter of urgency.
Yes.
When did you book this ticket?
Yesterday.
What time? Roughly, just roughly.
I'll check quickly on my phone.
If you cancel a ticket within 24 hours, they will give you a full refund. Ring the Lufthansa number here, now, this minute.
I am just giving you a call in connection with a flight that I was denied entry to this morning at 10:30. So, I mean, is it a possibility that I would be able to get a refund?
That should be possible to still do the full refund, as it was a 24-hour grace period.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye.
He has confirmed that it is within the 24-hour grace period.
But I had a kind of a feeling in my bones that that was the case.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. All right, my love, you take care now. I'll keep my eyes.
Helped me out more than anyone else that I've approached today.
Good.
So.
Okay, take care now.
Okay. Bye-bye. I've spoken to a lot of people in the last, say, 3-4 hours, and she's been the first one that has been really helpful. So I'm very appreciative.
With a refund in place, this passenger can now afford another ticket.
That's bloody Sue. I'm bloody brilliant, aren't I? What can I say? Sue at her best.
He'll be on the first flight home in the morning. It's a happy outcome for Sue's customer, but the fate of a young Brazilian man rests in the hands of Border Force Bob.
Okay, Felipe.
18-year-old Felipe has been waiting 5 hours to see if he can enter the country.
Okay, this way. We're just going to go into a room over here, okay?
Bob's been checking with the Home Office whether Felipe's brother is legal in the UK or not, and he now has enough information to make a final decision.
Okay, Felipe. I've spoken to your brother, and I've spoken to my manager, okay? The manager has decided, and I agree, that we are going to let you come in. Yes. Okay? Okay.
Thanks.
Felipe's brother currently doesn't have a visa to live in the UK, but with an immigration tribunal pending, this is counted in Felipe's favour.
You need learn Portuguese.
Not enough time left. Okay? Straight down, just follow the sign for the exit. Okay? Ta-da, jump.
I'm happy. Que bom que deu certo. Estava já agoniado. Esse tempo tendo de ficar lá.
I'm happy that he has previously been here, he's complied, and I think he's going to come here, he's going to stay for 3 months, and then he's going to go home. And I've allowed him into the UK because that's the right thing to do. Get it straight. That's it. Get it straight. Get it straight. Get it straight. It's not straight.
Okay, so tell me how long you expect to be able to stay in London with £195.